guided or not. We talk about shrooms, right? Yeah. Shrooms. So, yeah, psilocybin, guided or not. I guess it all depends. What do I mean when I say guided or not? You know, should you have someone there with you that is experienced? Someone that's taken multiple journeys and experience on holding space, opposed to you just taking it yourself and just doing what you want to do, right? Well, I guess it all depends, first and foremost, like what are you after? Why are you doing it? You know, if it's just this thing where you're staying on light dosages, the little, you know, when you talk about light dosages, the little party dosages, the 2 grams, the 3 grams, and you're having like slight little visuals, you know, then nah, you don't need a guide. You carry on. That's what you're doing it for, right? You know, just a little recreational flex, you know? And then these people, so that's one approach. That's just a party approach, right? But now, I'm not even talking about microdosing. Microdosing is, you don't need no guide for microdosing, you know, for people that's trying to deal with taking it to get another level of mental sharpness, deal with their anxieties, you know what I mean, their depression or whatever the case, you know, just feel that much more uplifted in their day, just brightens up their day a little more. You know, you're more on whatever the case it is, 0.0, whatever, you know, you're on lighter dosages, so you don't have to worry about that. But now, for those people thinking about going in, I'm talking about going in deep. I'm talking about diving deep. You know, every time when I'm speaking of shrooms, I'm talking about diving in deep, really and truly, because that's what I do. So I can only speak on my experiences. So if you are a novice, it is your first time, you know, dealing with shrooms, and you don't know yourself. You do not know yourself. What I mean, you do not know yourself. Like, you have no idea like what type of mind that you have, whether you'll spaz out in particular situations or not. Like, you know, you're not good with keeping yourself composed and staying, whatever the case. You don't know yourself, right? You're definitely going to want a guide. You're definitely going to want a guide. Because when you take in shrooms, you're tapping into the realm of the unknown. There's so many unknowns, you know, and even though I say there's unknowns, someone that has gone in multiple journeys, they are more aware to those unknowns than yourself. You know, it's all fun and games until it's not. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games until it's not. Shrooms are something to be very respected. Speaking them on a high. You know, a lot of times people think that it's only about like ayahuasca and these other things, but you know, shrooms is either on the same level or past them, really and truly. So you need to have respect for them. So what I mean by it's all fun and games until it's not is like, you know, just because you're familiar with taking your 3 grams and then just wilding out with your people, you still drinking your alcohol, and you're just using shrooms to kind of just step up your recreational chill out experience, right? But now you decided to switch. You decided to switch and go into and level up and double that dosage. So now you're taking 6 grams. Just that alone could be very different. Very different. You know what I mean? It's all different for everyone. You know, dosages is a whole nother thing. But switching from 3 grams to 6 grams is going to be night and day. You could switch from going to that feel-good vibe to seeing more dark things, dealing with your demons, dealing with your shadows, Do you know what I mean? So this being said, when we're going into higher dosages, yeah, you should have a guide. You know, you should have a guide. You should really take time and do your research on things. Watch a lot of documentaries if you need to, like, you know, speak to other people that have gone in. I'm not about just going in. Don't worry about it. Just go in. I know Terrence McKenna just talks about, just get you 5 grams and just sit in the dark and just do your thing. Nah, I don't know about all that. Not everybody's ready for that shit. You have to step yourself up into that. Really and truly. So on that, I feel like you definitely have to take your time. Don't just try to dive in. We all hear about these experiences, out of this world experiences, and whatnot, and we all want that, right? But it takes time to get there. It's a journey within itself. So it makes sense for you to deal with a guide so you can learn the ropes first and foremost. And on these sessions, when we talk about diving in deep, it's something that has to be, it's not just a one session thing. It's not just a one session thing. Don't feel like you can just go in and, yep, that's it. I seen everything I needed to see. Like, no, it's work. It's, I hate to refer to it as therapy because I don't just see it as medicine. I see it as a tool for exploration. You know what I mean? As, get out of this matrix card, really and truly, as a new software of now. So you do want to take your time and build up to that level. A guide is going to show you, a guide is going to help you with the different things to expect, different things that you need to work on before you even go to that, before you even start taking the shrooms, because there's preparation work. There is preparation work. A lot of this yogic disciplines and things that we do, help you when you go into these particular realms. We're developing a mastery over our mind here, really and truly. So when we go into the other realms, we don't just spaz out. So a lot of the things that I do in yoga, yes, I practice there. Keep going back to, you have to know why you're doing this. Why are you doing it? It has to be taken seriously. It's not no light stuff, really and truly. It's not no light stuff. If you're not a type of person that, you like to work on yourself, you like to be alone, you like to reflect. Do you know what I mean? If you're not that type of person, then no way you could take that stuff by yourself and talk about going in deep. There's no way. We hear shrooms and we think it's all just, oh yeah, it's just I'm just going to wild out. I'm just going to see the visuals. I'm just going to do this. We don't think about, like, there's points that you could get into that you lose yourself altogether. You feel completely disconnected. Some of us right now, we're not secure with feeling disconnected. So imagine if you get into that space and you feel completely disconnected from your mind, body, and spirit. You enter a realm that you're not familiar with. None of the rules that apply here apply in those realms. It's a lot of other things to really talk about. But guided or not, yes. If you're going to go in deep, you need a guide. Not saying that you need to go in a guide every time, but it depends on yourself, on how you're grasping the new teachings. You know what I mean? So you do need more than one session. You got to go through. You got to learn the ropes. It's like me walking on this road. I jump on this road. This is my first time going on this road, and I'm saying I'm going to go to point A. I'm not really sure on how to get to point A because this is my first time on this road. But the more times I come down this road, I start to learn the environment. I start to learn how things work around here, the rules that apply. How to one myself, how to anchor myself, how to allow my body or self to become less dense and me activate more of my higher self. Do you know what I mean? All these different type of things. All these things are learnt the more times that you go in, not just on, yeah, I'm going in once. Because, to be for real, the first time that you go in, it's just a shock to your system. And not saying that the first time that you go in, you could have the experience or the expected experience that you think, because you're still learning it. You don't know your dosage properly. I can't tell you your dosage. No one can tell you your dosage. You got to figure that out. You know, and it's going to take you going in multiple times to find that out. You know, what else do you have going on in your life? Are you stressed out? You know, is there chaos? Are you in constant danger? You know, are you living on the edge? Are you living in the hood and you're in the street life and you got to watch over your back on it? All these things affect your trip, you know. So there's a lot of things to consider. You know, the guide is going to make sure that it's safe for you. So they're not going to instruct you or instruct you to take dosages that you've never gone in before. They're going to take you in slow. When you just do things yourself, you just want to go in. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to take 5. I'm going to take 6. Like, you have no idea. Relax. You know, there's lessons that need to be learned first. So you really have to take care of taking shrooms. And you need someone with experience to guide you through your first few times. That's just it. But if you're a type of person that you like, yo, SEMATAWI, I know myself, yeah, I can handle these things. Cool, I've already dealt with them when I was earlier and younger, then cool. Then make sure you have no one around if you want to do it, and you're safe. You don't have to jump out of your trip. You're not in fear or someone could just pop up on you unexpectedly. You're in a zone that is nice and controlled like that, and then go in. Go in a few times, you know. And then you level up from there, but always start your dosages low, you know. Whenever you start your dosages low. I can't really say what, but you know, maybe something like a 2 to 3, you know, or start just on a 2. See how that goes. Build up from there. You don't have to jump up so quick either. You could ride that 2 for, you know what I mean, for 3, 4, 5, 6 journeys, however you feel, until you're comfortable, until you say, you know what, I'm cool here, and you can level up a little bit, you know. Level up, add an additional 2 grams and go from there. But as far as you jumping up so quick, like going from like 2, 6, 10, 15, just trying to chase, like, nah. Take time, all right? Yeah.